So another way I want to describe this of what I'm talking about is I think people have a conception to a certain degree that like you might form a government to band together, to band together and get all this stuff. And small groups didn't even form that way in the sense that no, these are families. Yeah, so they're banded together to survive, but actually they formed as families, and that works out. But with the city in the West, we have more of a situation where it wasn't that there's uh, raiders from outside coming through, and so let's form an army. No, what happens where those raiders come from is that these local bands of criminals get more and more power. They subjugate all the peaceful people around them. And they just successfully, it's like, we don't even have to kick these people's ass anymore. They just send us money, taxes. Then that group, they gather their resources, including people in these controlled territories, and they go off and they try to do it to someone else. And in those other areas, there's not ever, oh, hey, they're coming, we got to form an army. No, if there was already criminals, these kinds of criminals there, subjugating the local people, then they fight the invaders, and you have a war. And if there's no organization like that, if it's just a bunch of peaceful peoples, like in indigenous areas where there were fairly peaceful people, then these these armies just came in and just took over. So it's really, this is one of the reasons that there was this stability of balance, because it came to be the point of, well, you actually needed one of these kinds of criminals because there's these other criminal organizations in the world globalizing this whole thing. And this is how we had this global economy of war come about. And so I don't know. I was thinking maybe that would clarify part of my point.